Leading expert warns against overheating economy and says government should renege on promised tax cuts. Ulster Unionist and Sinn Féin leaders welcome legislation on early prisoner releases. No guarantee of emergency cover if Gardaí stage further industrial action. And a first English classic win for trainer Aidan O'Brien. Good evening. The latest figures showing yet another fall in unemployment have prompted suggestions that the government should pull out of its promise in the Partnership 2000 agreement to cut taxes. Brendan Walsh, who's Professor of National Economics at UCD, maintains the economy is heading towards a labour shortage and that pressures to increase wages are growing. He said our economic growth rate must be reduced and that the best way to achieve this was to drop the commitment it made to the social partners to cut taxes. The General Secretary of Congress has called the proposal dangerous and irresponsible.
Unemployment figures for May, published today by the Central Statistics Office, confirm that our economic boom is continuing to make serious inroads into the country's dole queues. The jobless total fell by almost 7,400 last month to 223,941, the lowest level since 1990 and 65,000 fewer than the peak recorded in July 1996. While economists such as UCD's Professor Brendan Walsh are happy to see the jobless total fall, they are increasingly fearful of the inflationary implications.
It means that wage pressures are building up, inflationary pressures are coming from the labour market, as they almost inevitably must in an economy that's growing somewhere in the region of 8%, way above its long-run average trend capacity growth rate.
Professor Brendan Walsh said that the economy must now be slowed down, and the only way left to achieve this is for the government to bring in a very tight budget in December and to renege on the tax-cutting commitments given in Partnership 2000.
The one thing that we can do is have a very cautious budget next year, one that perhaps does not honour the commitments to wage cuts that were, or to tax cuts that were entered into in order to get Partnership 2000 accepted. That is the dilemma that the government faces. Honouring those commitments may be inappropriate from a macroeconomic perspective.
These comments drew the ire of the country's leading trade unionist, Peter Castles.
I in fact believe that the wild talk that Professor Walsh is engaged in is both dangerous and irresponsible. It's dangerous because it could and may undermine the very process, the very 10-year strategy, the programmes that have given us the economic success that we've had today, the jobs, the improved living standards, the improvements in taxation. And I think what your viewers should remember, in fact, is that Professor Walsh over the last 10 years has opposed all of this strategy. He opposed the 10-year strategy, he opposed every one of the national programmes when they came out. And it's interesting that it's only when we get a problem within the 10-year process